This is Rock Leach with Social Fire, and we're going to talk about in this video about how people could be listening to Christian music that's really influenced by the demonic. Oh, you don't want to miss this video.
Now click that like button and that bell notification so you'll be notified every time we put out a new video while you prepare yourself for this video clip. And I'll come back with some commentary. Let's go.
I'd like to start this out by saying and realizing and bringing up this point that in this generation that we're in now, we all have AirPods and different things of that nature, earbuds. And, I usually use my over the ear headphones while I'm traveling, especially when I'm flying. And it's usually for me just so I can go to sleep. I don't want to hear anything. It's not that something's playing. But we do these things, and we're in this generation of life when this modern society where people have soundtracks for everything. And sometimes people don't have a playlist and they will just play whatever is on Spotify. But this preacher brought up something that I think is very powerful and we need to really pay attention to. Let's just go ahead and get into the video because you got to see this. This is good. Let's go.
That's why you need to be careful what music you listen to, because if music can get rid of a demon, it can attract one. And most of the music out here now attracts demons. Then you wonder why your lifestyle, you grooving and bumping in the car, but when you get out, you can't wait to figure out why your life is standing still. Sometimes it's the music that you're listening to, because whoever you listen to, what's on them attaches itself to you. Rick Joyner said that he was in a vision. The Lord told him, he said in the last days, he said the enemy will bring up singers and other musicians. He said, and they will baptize millions of people into the demonic in one moment. Whoever you accept, you get what's on them. I reject a whole lot of stuff. So I reject stuff in the world. Unfortunately, I reject a lot of stuff in what we call church. Not all gospel music is gospel.
I agree that music can attract demons. I mean, if we look at it, you look at the soothing effects that were done on the troubled spirit with David and King Saul. If you look at 1 Samuel 16 and 14 through 23, where King Saul was troubled by an evil spirit, and David came and played his harp. He played it, and just like those things, if it can be soothed, or if music, even with the dedication of Solomon's temple and Paul and Silas in jail where they were singing hymns, and just so I can make sure I give you all those scriptures for that. That's Second Chronicles. We're talking about Solomon's temple. That's Second Chronicles 5:13 through 14, and y'all all know the story of Paul and Silas there at Acts 16:25 through 26. But I'm just using these scriptures, bringing it up because music is significant and music makes things happen. Music makes things happen. And so when we're looking at this, and we stay in this generation now where people are just arbitrarily, and when I say arbitrarily, I'm just talking about, it implies that there is no logical or fair, consistent principle guiding the decision. People just listen to whatever. And I know I'm not the only one that have been guilty of that. Even sometimes with television, I'll just allow things to play. Sometimes cable is on and it's just playing whatever, and I've fallen asleep. Well, as I had developed my relationship with God and came to the understanding, I realized that there were different moods that were happening to me, different personality things that were not of my normal character that begin to happen. And I noticed this happens to other people, and I began to research and found out that I need to cut these things off that are feeding into my spirit, because whatever spirit that person who created that had on them, it has the potential to be then connected to me. And I agree with this brother in this video. This was a great video, is that it millions rather can be baptized with the demonic because of what they're listening to. I mean, it's danger. It's dangerous when you're feeding yourself arbitrarily just anything. We need to look at that. And I'm also looking at this from a different artist, because, and I know y'all have your artists and y'all might come for me in the comments, whatever. I'm here for all the smoke. But we look at different people in the music industry, and I look at what's going on in regular church. A lot of gospel artists right now have so many trash attitudes. diva spirits, which is demonic. Superstar celebrity spirits. And if you look at some of the people who are popular in the gospel music industry, such as Kim Burrell, we know Kim Burrell say all kind of inflammatory things that she shouldn't be saying, but she steadily says them. And I believe Kim Burrell got some demons that she need to be delivered from. However, you've got some people who listen to her music all the time. Now, you got people who listen to their music just really engaged into her music, and they have that same stank attitude. They celebrities, they divas, feeling like their gift is more important than the people they are using the gift for, or using the gift for God, rather to bless people. And they make it all about them instead of about Him, and make it more about the gimmicks than the gift. This is something that comes in, and I believe, several people are guilty of this, because now I don't know personally what's going on. I only know that whenever Kim Burrell or Kirk Franklin or different things like that get caught in several things on stage. Now I don't know Kirk Franklin. I don't believe his character is bad. It's just some judgments, with his performances are a little questionable. But Kim Burrell, as far as her articulation to God's people, she's mean. She's a bully. You look at different people. Even Juanita Bynum creates music, but you look at how they talk to people. There are things when you are consuming their music, you could be being baptized by demons, by the demonic, and this is going on more than we think about it. I want you just to pay attention here, because there are a lot of things that are going on. As it pertains to these artists and the seducing spirits. These seducing spirits, according to the Bible, are only there to lead people. Seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, rather, are only there to lead people away from the faith. And you've got people planted in the faith. Let's be real. The devil is smart. The enemy is smart with how he does it. He's got people inside of the faith that it becomes self-righteous. They are only righteous in their own eyes. They're self-righteous, and they're not even trying to see what they're doing. They only see what you're doing, and if you're not doing what they want you to do, then you are not right. And they say, y'all, this is that kind of attitude. They're not humble. They don't care what God thinks about them. But if you're listening to their music, and this is why I'm very big on our character. This is why I'm an advocate for banning people like Tasha Cobb, banning Kim Burrell's music. And I know some people are going to come for me, but when people are living and doing God's people any kind of way, why do we want to keep supporting them? We don't need to support them. I personally do not listen to anything Tasha Cobb. I personally do not listen to anything Kim Burrell. If it's something that Kim Burrell is doing, I do not go. If it's a service that we're doing, I will not preach a service that she's on. If she's on program, I'll just decline the invitation. It's just not something that I do. Why? Because I have my principles and things that I believe. And I just don't believe that people can have a gift and talk to people any kind of way. Let me share with you this right here. Giftings and callings come without repentance. Many of those singers have a gift, but they don't have the fruit of the Spirit. We want to talk about the gift of the Spirit, but we're not putting emphasis on the fruit of the Spirit. If you have a gift, your fruit should indicate that seed of that gift is in there. We should be able to know it by how you interact with people. I've never seen people, don't have patience, don't have gentleness, don't have, those different things that are the fruit of the Spirit: kindness, love, gentleness, patience, faith. They don't have those things because they are responding to people in a horrible way. This is not the Holy Ghost. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I don't care how gifted you are, because the giftings, if we look at it, and I'm just going to make this point right here so that y'all can more understand why I'm saying this, is the gift, if we put it in a illustration, the gift is the roots to the tree. The fruit are the branches of the tree. You have to understand, we can't see the root, but we can see the fruit. Oh, I hope y'all got that there. We can't oftentimes see the root, but we can see the fruit. And if I see the fruit, I know what kind of root is there. I know somebody gonna come for me and say, you're judging. No, I'm not. I don't have to judge an apple tree because it produces apples. Come on here. I don't have to judge an orange tree because it produces oranges. That's what it does. So if you're producing discord, these artists rather, that are producing discord, hatred, bitterness, arrogance, y'all, that's an indication of what seeds is inside of them, and it is probably most likely the demonic. It is demonic. It's satanic spirit that have possessed them. So I'm only bringing this up because I want to know how you feel about this. There are several artists that are a part of that are planted. They are planted, and I believe they are planted by Satan himself. Let me take that back just a little bit. I want to make sure I bring some clarity. I don't believe that these people started out like this. I really believe that they had a pure gift. But along the way, their pure gift was contaminated and diluted and seduced by the enemy. And they began to believe so much in their gift beyond other people that the enemy have taken them over. And they no longer can see God because they are seeing themselves. Now, this is what I'm talking about with self-righteousness, but I ultimately want to know what you believe about this. Do you believe that millions are being baptized in the demonic because of our arbitrary use of music, just allowing anything to be fed into our ears? We walk in and talking and just being fed anything. I want to know what you think about it. Jump in the comment section and let me know what you think about this entire subject. I want to know what you think. Let's go.